It seemed to start as a simple cold. Then authorities thought perhaps it was a standard flu. It wasn't long before it was clear that the world was dealing with something much, much worse. Countries tried denying entry, mandating shutdowns, and limiting travel. But it continued to spread. It spread to every corner of the globe, and it started mutating. Governments tried everything they could as thousands upon thousands were dying. Civil unrest began to spread. Now, almost 2 years into the pandemic, as the bodies are piling up, the worst has happened.
We're back with another 31 Days of Horror 2021 video, and yeah, I mentioned it previously in a video that I had done that a certain film had some sequels. So, you knew it was likely going to happen that we were going to see another Death Toilet movie. We got Death Toilet number 2. Yes. What You Call Hell, Brett Baxter calls The Commode. Yes. Again, directed by Evan Jacobs. Written and directed by Mark Hartsfield and Evan Jacobs. And again, starring Mike Hartsfield as Brett Baxter and Isaac Golub as... Well, here's the thing. Is he playing the same role? Is he not playing the same role? He's playing a, Catholic priest. But in Death Toilet, he was Father Dingleberry, and in this one, he's Father Marcus. Maybe his name was Marcus Dingleberry. Maybe Dingleberry was his last name and Marcus was his first name. I don't know. Honestly, it's hard to say. Maybe? I don't know. If the creators of this film would like to chime in on that, let me know. So... I'm not going to get into, all the stuff that these people have done before because it's essentially the same things. The first Death Toilet was 2018 and the second Death Toilet was 2019. So it's not like they've added too much to their repertoire in between the two films, and seeing as how this is 2021. Yeah, nothing would have changed from the first video. So if you want to go watch the first Death Toilet, you can see that, yes, these people have made more than just Death Toilet and Death Toilet 2 movies. They've done other stuff. So here's the synopsis as per the back of this great DVD-R home release. After surviving a brutal bout with the original Death Toilet, Brett Baxter sets about rebuilding his life. He gets involved with the national racing circuit and trades his camo fatigues for checkered flags. His quiet existence ends when he is contacted by a very distraught Father Marcus. Apparently, toilets across the country have been reaping holy hell on hapless victims, and there is only one person that can stop this: Brett Baxter. That write-up, that synopsis on the back of this DVD is probably the best thing about this movie. Oh my god. Yeah, so this is essentially almost like a rehash of the first Death Toilet. And a lot of what I said in that review comes about again in this one. It's a no budget release or film. It doesn't have much in terms of the way of creativity going. The acting is not very good. Directing is not very good. Writing is not very good. Production is not very good. Special effects are not very good. In fact, most of it is just plain bad. There are so many things about this movie that just make me not like it. But there are a few different things in this movie. So, you know how Brett Baxter tossed in his camo fatigues for the racing circuit? Well, we know he's a soldier. If you haven't seen the first movie, we can know he's a soldier because he wears his camo fatigues through the entire film. And we know he's into racing because we get these either flashbacks or side things of footage shot at a racetrack and footage of him looking at racing cars and being at racetracks and stuff like that. Which honestly, I don't know that it helped the film. I don't know that it really helped develop his character or anything like that. I don't know if there was any real purpose to having it, but it's there. Just because. And the film also adds in these... I don't know if they're like home video footage or something, or archive footage from somewhere, or somebody's old footage. It looks like it's really shot on like old video, but just like shots, filler shots of cities or whatever, just sort of like almost uses transition pieces, if you will. Which was really odd because the film, I'm guessing, was shot in digital and is really crisp and clear. And then you have these clearly shot on a different format pieces of video spliced into it, which was a little bizarre. There was also, and I don't remember if it was in the first one or not, but there was a fart timer in this movie. So anytime somebody farted, usually on the toilet, sort of like a digital runtime would show up with fart timer. For some reason, I guess that was supposed to be humor in this film. Yeah, it was really, really weird. But essentially it's more of the same. It's these two characters in the same bathroom over and over and over again. They're either in the bathroom or in a car driving, because they're supposed to be going to a different bathroom, I guess, is what was supposed to be happening. Because it's bathroom toilets all over the world or the country or something like are getting possessed. So those are essentially the two locations, if you will. And this, this one bathroom is supposed to sit in as being a different bathroom every time, as far as I can tell, but there's no change of anything. It literally is the exact same bathroom. They didn't repaint anything. They didn't put like different decorations or anything like that. It's the same bathroom, exactly the same bathroom. Yeah, oh man. What else? Oh yeah. They use a lot of like green screen type, their effects are essentially green screen, taking like clips from somewhere, maybe a a package that they bought, or maybe off of YouTube or off the internet. They downloaded and used it. So there's a lot of, and they did a lot of it in the first movie too, where, you know, there's an explosion and stuff like that, and it's just completely out, you know, like it doesn't make any sense in terms of the way they've composed it into the scene, but there'll just be something in, you know, there's an explosion or something like that. Clearly, you know, a green screen has no bearing on the actual location or things that are in there, so there's explosion, but it doesn't affect anybody. It might affect the actors a little bit, but like it doesn't make anything blow off or anything like that. So it's completely out of I don't know what the word is, context, or it just doesn't fit with the, you know, what they've shot. And one thing they did in this movie, and I'm not sure what it was supposed to be, but they superimposed in green, you know, with using the green screen type stuff. I'm guessing it was a flooding, a river flood into the bathroom. So I don't know if it was supposed to be the toilet overflowing or something like that, but picture the guy's like standing there like this, you know, like it's his headshot, and you know, the toilet's supposed to be, I guess, in front of him, and then at the bottom of the screen is a flooded river, right? Not just the water portion. So if you see, like, say you had a shot of the Mississippi River or something like that, and it's in front of you, the camera, and you've cut out all the trees in the sky, and you just have the river flowing by, clearly, you know, in a flooded state. And that's sort of flowing along the bottom of the picture. The, you know, weird. They did that with something else. I think it was it blood? Or I don't know. I can't remember. There was another thing that they did it with, and it really did not fit in terms of the way the camera, you know, the camera angles and stuff. It didn't make much sense. But yeah, I don't know. That's... Oh, yeah. Again, it runs about the same length as the other one, roughly about an hour. I think this was like 55 minutes or so. I honestly think the first film had more going for it. If you can believe that, this you know, it's often the case, right? The sequel's not as good as the original. But when the original's not very good, yeah. I can't remember what I gave as a rating for the first film, but this one's getting like a 1.5 for me. Yeah, I mean, they tried to do a few new little things with it, and I give them credit for that. So that's kind of where a 0.5 point is coming from. The film itself is at most a 1, probably a 0.5, but yeah, I mean, oi, this does not get a recommend, just like the first one didn't get a recommend. But if you feel the need, excuse me, if you feel the need to see it, you can get in touch with Anhedinia Films, which is right up, I don't know if you can read that, Anhedinia Films at, I don't know if they're still there or what. But yeah, go check out the first film. I think it was the second film we watched this month, so it's in the playlist. You can check it out. If you want to know about, you know, really want to know about Death Toilet in the series, and you need to start from the beginning, that's available to you. But yeah, I don't know what more to say about this, other than, oh boy, I hope I'm not watching any more, because there is I'm pretty sure there's a sequel or 2 after this one. Yeah, 31 Days of Horror can only look up this year from this point on, because it doesn't get much lower than this, folks. It does not get much lower than this. If you've seen the Death Toilet films, comment down below what you thought of them. Keep things as spoiler free as possible, but really this is a priest and a guy in a camo jacket dealing with possessed toilets that explode or something. I don't know. This film had a couple of good ideas, but overall, it is a pile of toilet water. Thanks for watching. Till next video, take care. Have a good one.